silent mode. Good morning, everybody. I request everybody to be seated and keep your mobiles on silent mode, please. On behalf of the organizing committee of the National Symposium on Self-Reliant Coastal Agriculture and ICR Central Coastal Agriculture Research Institute, Goa, I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais, the special invitees, directors of the various ICR institutes across the country, delegates, the ICR workforce, and the press and media to the inaugural session of the National Symposium on Self-Reliant Coastal Agriculture, a very thought-provoking theme considering the current global crisis. And I'm sure the 3-day deliberations will make a roadmap for a self-reliant coastal Indian system. We will now begin with the ICR lead.
जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की, सुखद प्रतीक हरित भारत की। कृषि धन पशुधन मानव जीवन, दुग्ध मत्स्य फल यंत्र सुवर्धन। वैज्ञानिक विधि नव तकनीके, पारिस्थितिकी का संरक्षण। शस्य श्यामला छवि भारत की, जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की। हिम प्रदेश से सागर तट तक, मरुधरती से पूर्वोत्तर तक, हर पथ पर है मित्र कृषक की। शिक्षा शोध प्रसार सकल तक, आशा स्वावलंबित भारत की। जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की, जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की।
In the beginning, there was light, light which signifies new beginnings, knowledge, and vision. We welcome the dignitaries on the dais to do the honors in lighting the auspicious lamp of invocation. CCR is blessed with a young, compassionate, and dynamic leader, the director, Dr. Parveen Kumar. I invite him now to deliver his welcome address.
Good morning to all of you and warm greetings from CKR Goa. Respected Honorable Chief Guest of today's inaugural function, Shri Padnaik Ji, Union Minister of Environment, Union Minister of State for Tourism, Seaguard and Waterways. We are also expected to join Shri Nilesh Kabral Ji, Union Honorable Minister of Environment for Goa. Within next 5 minutes, he will be joining to us. Honorable Shri A.K. Mishra Ji, who is Secretary of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry in the Government of Goa. Shri Mahesh Patil Ji, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board. Dr. Suresh Kumar Chaudhary Ji, Honorable Deputy Director General, Natural Resource Management, ICR Delhi. My own colleagues from CKR, among us, Honorable Shri Mahalinga Ji, who has recently been conferred Padam Shri this year, is also present with us. Special guest on this occasion, Dr. Miskita Ji, Madam Samila Ji, former director of the CPRI, Dr. S.K. Pandey, Dr. D.K. Sharma, former director of CSSRI, Dr. Kori Kanti Matji, ex-director of this institute, all honorable directors of the other ICAR institutes, Dr. Gopala Kishanji, Director Sima Farai, Dr. Amresh Chandraji, Director IJ Farai, Dr. T.K. Behraji, Director IIBR Varanasi, Dr. E.B. Chakrabarti, Director CIARI Andaman and Nicobar, Dr. S.B. Barbudeji, Director NRC Meet, Hyderabad, Dr. K.P. Jitendranji, Director SIVA Chennai. My fellow scientists and research scholars from the different states of India, my own colleagues from the CKD, and my friends from the press and media and PIB. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to CKD in this inaugural program of 3 days National Symposium on Self-Reliant Coastal Agriculture. Friends, in this symposium, about 250 scientists and research scholars are participating from the different coastal states of India, out of which about 150 are joining us in person in physical mode, and about more than 100 people are joining us through virtual modes. I also extend a warm welcome to all my senior directors from the NRM institutes. Almost all directors from the NRM institute have joined virtually, and my all other delegates who have virtually joined with us. So more than 100 people are joining with us virtually. So I also extend a very warm welcome and thanks to them for joining this inaugural session. Sir, in the symposium, deliberations will be held under six technical sessions: climate resilient technology for the coastal regions, fisheries resource production and its post-harvest management, augmenting the productivity of the horticultural crop, animal resources, production and its health management, conservation of improvement of plant genetic resources, and secondary agriculture and policy interventions so that we can make the coastal agriculture Atmanirbhar and self-reliant. Besides this, we are also organizing one special session on agro-ecotourism for livelihood diversification and attracting the youth in the agriculture and increasing their income, and through which efforts will be made to draft a agri-ecotourism policy for the state of Goa. I already discussed with the honorable chief guest before a few days back, and he was very happy that we are started efforts in drafting the policy for the agro-ecotourism for the state of Goa. And sir, if that policy will be in place, then it will pave the way for integrating this agro-ecotourism into the mainstream tourism. And we need your continuous blessings and support in this direction, sir. Sir, the coastal region of India, which includes about 75 districts spread in 9 states and 2 UT, and have just only 12% of the total geographical area, but it has to support more than 60% of the human population and more than 18% of the livestock population. Besides, rich diversity of climate, topography, soils, crop, livestock, fisheries, and abundance of natural resources, the productivity of crop, horticulture crop, animal husbandry, fishery is very low in this region. And besides this, we are also having many other biotic and abiotic challenges like land degradation, deforestation, rapid urbanization, industrialization, environmental pollution, and climate change is also a big concern for all of us. Therefore, sensing the vulnerability of the coastal ecosystem to climate change and poor productivity of own coastal state with respect to agriculture, horticulture, fisheries, and livestock, 2 special keynote address has also been scheduled by the eminent speakers on the above subject in this symposium. Sir, we are expecting that from these 3 days deliberations which will be held, many important researchable issues will be emerged, which will be guiding us to formulate our future research agenda, future research priorities. If needed, we will forge and strengthen our collaborations with the other coastal institutes and coastal universities to solve the research issues on faster pace, so that income of the coastal farmers can be sustained and can be increased. Sir, we will also try to identify the policy issues needed to make the coastal agriculture self-reliant, and will be sent to the coastal states and UTs through our honorable Director General and DDG NRM ICR for their effective implementation and their follow-up. With these words, sir, I once again extend my hearty gratitude to honorable chief guest and guest of honor, special guest, for accepting my request for gracing this today's inaugural program of the our national symposium. My whole team, sir, work day in and day out to make this program a successful and to ensure you are comfortable boarding, lodging, and transport. Still, if something is not as per your way, please forgive me, and I, if possible, bring to my knowledge so that I can try my level best to fix it. With these words, thank you once again, and Jai Hind.
Upholding the ancient tradition of India, Atithi Devo Bhava, we would like to felicitate the guests of this morning. We welcome Shri Shripad Yeso Naik Ji, Honorable Union Minister of State, Tourism, Shipyard and Waterways, Government of India. Thank you, sir, for sparing your precious time to be with us this morning. It's a proud privilege to honor and felicitate Dr. Suresh Kumar Chaudhary, Deputy Director General, Division of Natural Resource Management, ICR, New Delhi, for his gracious presence here and for guiding us to organize this great event. We also welcome Shri A.K. Mishra, Secretary, Agriculture, Animal Health and Veterinary Sciences, Government of Goa, for his encouraging presence here. A very warm welcome to Shri Mahesh Patil, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board. Thank you, sir. He works with us on agroecotourism policy also. We also take great pleasure in welcoming the special invitees of today, Dr. Agostino Mesquita, Director, Animal and Veterinary Sciences, Government of Goa. Dr. Shamila Montero, Director of Fisheries, Government of Goa. A former director, Dr. Puri Fatimat and Dr. Falero. Dr. Falero has been guiding us throughout the conducting of this event, and he's FAO consultant also. We take great pride in felicitating Shri Amay Mahalinga Nayak, Padma Shri Awardee 2022. Shri Amay Mahaling Nayak ji was identified, documented, and nominated by ICR CCRA for Padma Shri Awards of 2022 for his innovative water management techniques. We take great we have Dr. Nilesh Kabral with us, Minister for State Environment, Legislative Affairs, Law, Judiciary, PWD, Government of Goa. Thank you, sir, for making it here. Shri Amar Mahalinga Nayak is a coastal innovative farmer of coastal Karnataka district of Dakshina Kannada, and he has developed various innovative water management techniques. Welcome, Pradeep Sarvakundan, sir. Yes. We welcome Shri Nilesh Kabral, Honorable Minister for Environment, Legislative Affairs, Law and Judiciary, PWD, Government of Goa. Thank you, sir, for making it amongst your busy schedule. We will now release the conference souvenir and a book of abstracts, and we request our chief guest of the day, Shri Shripad Ji, to release the book. It's now time to hear the well wishes of our guests. I request Dr. Suresh Kumar Chaudhary, Deputy Director General NRM, our guest of honor, to address the gathering.
Thank you very much. Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Minister of Tourism, Government of India, Shri Shripad Nayak Ji. Honorable Minister of Environment, Goa, Shri Nilesh Ji. The Secretary Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, Shri Mishra Ji. Mahesh Patil Ji, the Chairman of Action Control Board. Dr. Praveen Kumar, the Director of this institute. The former directors of the very institute CCARI, which was earlier called as ICR Research Complex for Goa. Director colleagues from ICR institutes came from various institutes of ICR across the country. The scientific community from ICR system as well as State Agriculture University, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here in this conference on climate resilient, self-reliant coastal agriculture. The Institute is organizing this event considering the importance of the coastal area, the the contribution of coastal area in Indian agriculture, the share of coastal area in Indian agriculture is very well known to each one of you. However, if you see the problems, calamities, the climate-induced vulnerabilities, and also the climate impact, it is more on coastal agriculture as compared to any other parts of agriculture. The other ecosystem, whether rain-fed, irrigated, hilly, or arid ecosystems, they are also vulnerable, but vulnerability, the rate of vulnerability, intensity of vulnerability is more in coastal agriculture compared to others. But despite the agriculture as a profession, as a vocation, or as a livelihood option for the human being or masses or communities which are surviving in coastal areas is more compared to the others. The coastal agriculture has so many issues, very complex issues. Thanks to the present government at the center, who thought and started many important programs across the country. And with these programs, slowly and slowly, the agricultural sector is getting transformed. One such initiative was doubling farmers' income by 2022. And we are now well equipped, and in ICR system, we are ready with success stories in this year of when we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We are also publishing 75,000 success stories where income has been doubled. And these are the random samples collected from different parts of the country, involving all ecosystems. It shows and it speaks that the government efforts, initiatives, and constructive thinking has gone into and penetrated into the community and community-based systems, and all food system transformations which are taking place because of the recent initiative. It is wonderful and worth appreciating. The coastal agriculture is a unique kind of ecosystem where we are experiencing complexities of problems. Problems are there everywhere, but here problems get compounded, more complex. One thing I have told, because of frequent visits of cyclones, cyclonic events, frequent visits of droughts. Now, coastal areas, enough water should be there. We know that the groundwater potential is huge, so the exploitation is less. But still, the coastal area, whether east or west coast, we find that the 700-kilometer plus the coastline is a huge line, and this ecosystem, because of its spread across poor water resources, poor water availability, because rainfall is there only for a few months, and later on, in subsequent months for second crop or so. For example, take the example of this Goa state, the intensity of intensity is 100%, and the rainfall is very close to 3,000 millimeters. And this is true for other coastal districts in the country. The eastern coast or eastern part of India, we have a variety of problems. I can find out the districts, we can identify the districts where in the same year, drought, floods, cyclones, excess rainfall, all these problems come in the same year. Many such districts are there, but prominently speaking about the Kendrapara district of Odisha. एक ही साल में सूखा भी होगा, एक ही साल में साइक्लोन भी होगा, एक ही साल में फ्लड्स भी होंगे, घर तक जाने के लिए नाव से जाना पड़ेगा, इतना फ्लड होगा. एंड देन रिसेशन में जितना कुछ बच जाएगा, उसमें हार्डली छोटी सी कोई आपको ऑयल सीड या छोटी सी पल्सेस क्रॉप्स के साथ गुजारा करना पड़ेगा. So this kind of systems are there, but still the coastal area support is there from the non-farm sector. That non-farm sector support is very important, and most of the policies laid out so far, they ignore this non-farm support sector to coastal ecosystem. And this non-farm, you see the contribution of non-farm sector is huge, and this huge contribution need to be appreciated. And this type of conference is an avenue when we discuss and we come up with some recommendation. It will help us to understand the contribution of non-farm sector to agriculture sector. For example, today we are speaking of the agro-ecotourism, the secondary agriculture, the fruit and food processing. All these things, although they are not as part of mainstream agriculture, but still they are providing enough support or adequate support or big support to the agriculture system or agriculture domain as a whole. Similarly, the soils and its limitations, because all these are laterite soils, not only Goa, but whole coastal ecosystem, the laterite or the ocean-driven alluvium deposited that can be used with the limited soil fertility for crop cultivation. And this is one reason why the cropping intensity is low. This is one of the reasons. Coming to the cropping sectors, if you see the seed replacement ratio is very poor positive because the capacity and ability of farmers to take risk is very less. Secondly, the availability of good quality planting material, food material, or seed material is very limited. This is really one of the constraints. The third most important constraint in the area is beyond seed replacement ratio, the availability of quality or plantation crops. So now highly varieties are there. We know cashew varieties released by this institute, cashew varieties released by our university in Kopan, Maharashtra, cashew varieties released by our Puttur Institute. Many varieties are available, but still cashew cultivation and the total the potential is very high. Still, we have not reached the potential harvesting of this cashew nut. And now we are talking of high density plantation, ultra high density plantation, or institute in Puttur and others. They are trying hard, and we want to address this issue in depth and dimension because this is one potential crop, not only for coastal area. Now the crop is going. But certainly, there is no alternative to this. And how best we can provide solutions to the farmers so that farmers can get better benefits from the small product. Similarly, there are many issues related to animal feed. For in this conference, we are going to discuss. Our director from IGFR is here, and we are trying to provide the fodder plants to each and every district so that we can provide better roadmap so that farmers get benefited. The animal population, this is a whole coastal system. Population animal population, and this is the plus point for the coastal agriculture. Here in Goa, if you see, you take the case of North Goa and South Goa. North Goa, you will have more human population, less animal population. In South Goa, less human population, more animal population. But animal population is sizable. Considering the inner parts of the country, animal population is sizable in the coastal area, whether it's small ruminant or it is milk cattle or anything else. So, and our own breeds, like the Shwet Kabila of Goa, the Konkan Kabila of Napoli, or Konkan part of Maharashtra, these are the breeds which needs proper conservation. And secondly, improvement, breed improvement, our local breed improvement. And options are available. Options are available. Our wonderful animals in the form of bee and others, they are there. How best we can use those resources to improve our better breeding of our animals in coastal area. The other part, one characteristic feature of whole coastal ecosystem, that ecosystem is fragile and the land holdings are very small. And third limitation is the holdings are not transferable. the land consolidation, as it has happened in many other states, did not happen in coastal areas, particularly the eastern part of India. This land consolidation did not happen. And therefore, because of small holding, it's very difficult to invest more in agriculture sector. Secondly, it is very difficult to depend heavily on agriculture sector. This is the reason why people they try to find out other options than the agriculture for their livelihood earning. Also, one big problem for the eastern coast is that there is absentee landlord. जिसका खेत है वो तो absent, खेती कोई और कर रहा है. And this is the characteristic feature of all Orissa parts of Andhra Pradesh and the coastal parts of West Bengal. So this is the characteristic feature. When landlord is absent, now we are trying to apply the soil health card scheme. We are providing soil health card, but who is making use of that? One, suppose I'm landholder, I will make most use of that. I will go as per the soil card prescription. I will go for a fertilizer application according to the soil health card. But if I'm not the owner of this land, then how that soil health card pertains to me? And why should I apply fertilizer as per that? So these are some of the issues which makes coastal agriculture, a very difficult task. And for this only, there is a need to check out better work plans, better options, better alternatives, and also understand the problem holistically and sitting together, working together for a couple of days here and coming up with good recommendation will certainly make a way forward for agriculture and making the coastal agriculture self-reliant. When we say self-reliant, we do not mean that we produce enough to provide food, feed, and fodder to the population, but much beyond that, self-reliant means how best we can survive with the changing climate and also provide better options, alternative to the coming generations. Here, when I say coming generation, is attracting more people towards agriculture. Otherwise, alternatives are there, options are there. And also, when we talk of secondary agriculture, when we talk of agro-ecotourism, certainly half day we are devoting, on Thursday we are devoting on secondary agriculture, particularly for the agro-ecotourism. This institute is one of the important institutes for ICR system. Goa is very, very important state for ICR system. And people like Mahesh Patel ji and Kanshikar, I don't know whether he's around, people looking for these people, and we heavily depend on them to make these models workable across the country, provide better solutions, and make coastal agriculture one of the attractive feature of agriculture sector as a whole. We are thankful that Mahalingam ji is here, and we are blessed with your presence. And people like Mahalingam ji who इन्होंने टनल खोदी है लगातार 10 साल तक, टनल मैन कहलाते हैं, और उस तरफ का पानी इस तरफ लेके आए हैं, और सिर्फ अपने लिए नहीं, कई लोगों के लिए उन्होंने अपने जो एफर्ट्स है, इन एफर्ट्स के द्वारा कई लोगों का भला किया है. इस तरह के लोग बहुत रोल मॉडल होते हैं और मौजूदा सरकार की तारीफ करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इस तरह के लोगों को खोज के निकालना, उनको सम्मानित करना, ये बहुत बड़ी बात. लोग तो और भी है, उनको अगर पद्मश्री मिलता है तो उनको शत नमन करने का. तो मालिक इस तरह के लोग हैं, आपका सम्मान करते हैं, सत्कार करते हैं, आपका स्वागत भी करते हैं. And with this, I would like to stop here. We have to listen to many people, and I'm very sorry that I'll have to leave very quickly. I'll have to move to some other institute, and then again I will reappear day after tomorrow. I will hold it with you. So tomorrow evening again I will reappear. Thank you so much.
For shedding light on the complexity of research problems in the course, and we are blessed that you're leading us from the HQ in this research. I now invite Shri Mahesh Patil, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board, to share his thoughts with us.
Good morning, Namaskar. Respected Sripad Naik ji, Honorable Minister for State Tourism, Shipyard and Waterways. Respected Sri Nilesh Kabral ji, Honorable Minister for PW and Environment. PD ji, who just left for this function. Mr. A.K. Mishra ji, Secretary Agriculture. Mr. Now, Praveen ji, Director ICR, Mahalagam ji, who has come all the way from Padma Shri Awardee, Director of the many institutes who have come here, scientists come from many other parts of India. I welcome to here as a Goan representative and being from Goa, farmers, scientists, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be here to participate in this program of a workshop on self-reliant coastal agriculture. I thank Dr. Praveen Kumar for giving me the opportunity. We know, a few years ago, maybe 3 decades or 4 decades, our aim was only to produce food when we are hungry. We are not self-reliant in the food. So whatever we wanted to do is produce more and more. And that was the need of the hour. The Green Revolution had, and we are happy. But the consequences after, we have now self-reliant, enough food production, we are exporting our food grains outside. And then we are seeing the consequences of all those practices. Nobody can blame for it, but that time there was a need of the hour. Today, we said excessive use of fertilizers, excessive use of pesticides, which has gone into environment for POPs and many other things. So in the process, we find one side we learn that we are in our production, the second time we are degrading environment. And possibly that's a reason that awareness has come. Scientists also thinking, and all society is more aware now. And I think that's the need of the hour that we need to look at that. But at the same time, we cannot change the cycle over time. We have seen what has happened. Like people say, go for organic. Overnight we can't shift. We have seen what has happened in Sri Lanka. Similarly, so there has to be balance. The economic prosperity, what we have, along with that, how we can balance a sustainable growth, that is a need of the hour. So I represent here as a pollution control board, and our aim is to control pollution. I wouldn't say just control, but have a management of the pollution. I would not go more detail into that. But however, it will be our joint effort to see how we feed our people, but get a quality food. And I think there is an immense responsibility with all of us and scientists here to take this forward. I would also urge the scientists to have this collaborative approach, because now we know what the quality of the foods we can have, but how we can minimize the use of pesticides, fertilizer, even excessive irrigation for the water. All that we need to control. Now, climate change is in reality. We are thinking of climate change a few years ago. Today it looks like a typical this climate you will see in end of the May. But this climate we have been seeing for the last 2 months or 3 months. So this climate change is a fact, and we have to live with it. So this climate resilient agriculture is a thing which we want to do. Our Honorable Prime Minister said that we have to double the farmers' income. And when we said to, especially the farmers in a coastal area, we grow crops like plantation crops. The coconut will take 10 years to yield. For most of the crops, which have a gestation period of not less than 5-6 years, how would it double the income? Farmers' income. I think that's a way is integrated farming. And today, theme of entire workshop is integrated farming. In fisheries, piggery, poultry, you name, all can be integrated, and that can increase the farmer's income and get a better livelihood. I would once again compliment Naveen Kumarji, because I remember he just took it over as a director, and I happened to meet him just, I think, 15 days after took it over. And we had some project, a unique project, some consultants are discussing. We have a marine eco-tourism. I just came and spoke with him. Within 15 days, he organized a total meeting with all staff. Some of the staffs were on leave. He said, let them meet on Zoom because of COVID time. And the next 15 days, he came to the site, gave a total idea, and a made sort of MOU in principle. And that proposal also got approved from CRZ. So I think the speed at which a private organization works is much faster than what I saw with him. That was just, I think, 6-8 months ago. So here, I take more your time, but my personal opinion again here is, as we spoke of integrated approach and agro-tourism, we have a huge potential going. And fortunately, all these coastal states has these beaches which are attractive to tourism. How we can enhance. So tourism not only gives you, as DDG said earlier, to create a market for selling a product, maybe organic, craftsmen, local. There's a huge potential. Our economy develops around the tourism, but we need to have a sustainable tourism. Goa is known for it. So I would urge, there are two things which, in my opinion, are looked at. Khazan land. A huge Khazan land is one of the finest ecosystem. However, it had degraded for the reasons known to all. How we can revive with the integrated approach of fisheries, agriculture, poultry, and tourism. Not just opening up the sector, but doing a specific manner. Similarly, another most important and economic backbone of Goa was the mining. We have seen mining for many years. That created a huge prosperity or economic development of hinterland. That you cannot deny. Mining was essential. Last 10 years it has been closed. We have seen what the impact is going. But when we restart the mining, probably we need to have relocated. And where ICR, with their own expertise and knowledge and scientific background, we can look at how the mining could be restarted in a sustainable manner. How we can plant right now to get the crops, create a tourism potential, fisheries potential. Because some of the cases in the world, they have done an excellent, like agro-tourism, it will be a mine tourism, or it will be ecotourism. Because going forward, the mines are located very close to the Western Ghat. How we can integrate and make it. So I would not take you more time. Honorable ministers are going to speak here. But once again, thank you very much for giving this opportunity for me. And I wish all the success for these 3 days National Symposium on Self-Reliant Coastal Agriculture. Jai Hind, Jai Goa.
Thank you, sir, for shedding light on agro-ecotourism and integrated farming management. And also, we would like to add that he runs a very successful agro-ecotourism resort in Goa. I now request Shri A.K. Mishra, IAS Secretary, Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Sciences, Government of Goa, to address the gathering.
Respected Naik sir, माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री निलेश काबराल सर, माननीय मंत्री पर्यावरण गोवा सरकार, चौधरी साहब जा चुके हैं, अभी स्वागत है। पाटिल साहब, हमारे चेयरमैन जीपीसीबी प्रवीण कुमार जी। ये बहुत खुशी की बात है कि एक सिंपोजियम नेशनल लेवल का यहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है, और क्योंकि सिंपोजियम ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है तो रादर emphasizing on my views what should be the development, I should put forth some questions which should be deliberated upon in the symposium. Number 1, what is self-reliant agriculture for coastal areas? जब हम self reliant agriculture की बात रीजनल बेसिस पे भारत में करते हैं तो that is fraught with dangers, कि कोई भी एग्रीकल्चर का प्रोडक्शन किसी भी रीजन में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि वो उसको कंप्लीटली एड्रेस कर सके। दूसरा इशू मेरा इसमें ये रहेगा, सिंपोजियम में जो बातें करें तो सबसे पहला पॉइंट होगा कि स्टेपल डाइट का इशू। किसी भी पॉपुलेशन का, हमारे जो पॉवर्टी का लेवल है, डेवलपमेंट का जो स्तर है, मेजर पॉपुलेशन सबसिस्टेंस लेवल पे लीड कर रही है। इसका एक प्रमाण है कि 80 करोड़ लोग अभी भी जो हमारी पब्लिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम की स्कीम से उसके तहत बेनिफिट लेते हैं, और 140 करोड़ 80 करोड़ प्लस लोग उसका लाभ ले रहे हैं। तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में स्टेपल डाइट किसी भी इलाके का जो है, जैसे मैं समझता हूँ कि जो नॉन फार्म सेक्टर की बात है उसको अलग कर दें, तो फार्म सेक्टर में हमारे यहाँ राइस होना चाहिए, इफ आई एम करेक्ट। तो जो कोस्टल जोन का प्रोडक्शन है राइस का एंड सपोर्टिव वेजिटेशन क्या हो, जिससे कि एटलीस्ट वो अपना सबसिस्टेंस लेवल अमंग ऑल आर्ट्स उसको कवर कर ले। उसके बाद अगला लेवल आता है जो डेवलपमेंट का लेवल आता है, जो आज से 10 से 20 साल पहले कैश क्रॉप के रूप में जाना जाता था, लेकिन अब गवर्नमेंट वोकैबुलरी में कैश क्रॉप वर्ड हट गया है, कैश क्रॉप वर्ड नहीं यूज किया जाता, जिसे अब सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में कन्वर्ट किया गया है, जिसमें एनवायरनमेंट भी एक एस्पेक्ट आया है। तो कैश क्रॉप पे कैसे वर्क करें, जैसे हमारा गेहूं का प्रोडक्शन कम है या चावल का कम है, तो हमारे जो अल्फांसो हैं या मानखुर्द जो आम है, जिसको भी चौधरी साहब ने बताया, उसका उस प्रोडक्शन इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे कैसे ले जाए कि जो कि बाकी प्रोडक्शन में कमियां हैं या जो सब्सिस्टेंस लेवल पे है उससे हमारे फार्मर उसके ऊपर जाएं। अब इन दोनों चीजों को, स्टेबल डाइट को और जो फसलें आपको पैसे ज्यादा दे रही हैं, इनरिच कर रही हैं, इन दोनों को जब मिलाते हैं तो हमारे सामने तीसरे सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज खड़ा होता है, वो बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है। और मैं उसको उदाहरण के साथ देना चाहूंगा, क्योंकि सर एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड के सारे बड़े बड़े दिग्गज बैठे हुए यहाँ पे, तो आई शुड नॉट बी जनरिक हियर। पंजाब का उदाहरण लें आप, और सर दिल्ली में रहते हैं, लोधी रोड पे हैं सर, तो पराली जो नवंबर में शुरू होती है ना, धुएं का गर्द बैठ जाता है पूरे दिल्ली में। आप सबको शायद पता होगा उसका रीजन क्या है। रीजन इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू ओवर इन्वेस्टमेंट इन एग्रीकल्चर इन पंजाब एंड हरियाणा। 3 और 4 फसल लेने के नाते क्रॉप पैटर्न्स को, जो नेचुरल क्रॉप पैटर्न्स थे, नेचुरल टाइमिंग्स थे, वो डिस्टर्ब हुए, पोस्टपोन हुए। बीच में फसल ली गई, धान गेहूं काटा गया, गेहूं के बाद तुरंत फसल बोई गई, जो खरीफ बोलते हैं आप, खरीफ क्रॉप्स इन ईस्टर्न इंडिया सर एंड नॉर्दर्न इंडिया। उसका गेस्टेशन पीरियड पुश हो गया आगे जाके, अक्टूबर एंड में दिवाली तक पहुंचने लगा, एंड अक्टूबर तक जाने लगा। तब तक वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस सेट इन होने लगते हैं। नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में जो वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस सेट इन होने लगते हैं, जाड़ा शुरू होने लगता है, क्लाउड नीचे आने लगते हैं, मॉइस्चर बढ़ता जाता है एयर में, ठंडक बढ़ने के कारण। और उसी समय पराली पहले जलती थी सितंबर अक्टूबर के बीच में, जबकि गेहूं काट दिया जाता था और लोग जला देते थे, तो उसका असर नहीं आता था। विंड तेज होती थी, गर्मी होती, निकल जाता था। अब इशू क्या है कि ठीक नवंबर में जलाया जाता है, कितना भी करने फॉर्म्स इशू आप जानते हैं। तो जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट एग्रीकल्चर की बात है, सेल्फ रिलायंट मैं कहूंगा, सेल्फ रिलायंट एग्रीकल्चर की बात है, उसमें बहुत इनहेरेंट चैलेंजेस हैं। और हमारी पॉपुलेशन एक बहुत बड़ी संख्या एग्रीकल्चर पे डिपेंडेंट है, और उसके सोशियो पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज हैं। तो मैं अपने एग्रीकल्चर साइंटिस्ट जो यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, वो इस इशू को उनको मैं आह्वान करूंगा, रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि इस इशू को भी डेलिबरेट अपॉन करें कि लॉन्ग टर्म में गवर्नमेंट का जो विजन है, फार्म सेक्टर्स के जो रिफॉर्म है, जो कि एक सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के लिए किया गया था या होगा आगे, उस पर भी वर्क करें और सेल्फ रिलायंस का कॉन्सेप्ट डेवलप करें, और कोस्टल जोन के लिए पर्टिकुलरली वर्क करें, और कुछ आइडिया हमें दे और बेहतर जिसे हम कर सकें। इससे ज्यादा मैं अपने विचार आप लोगों के ऊपर ला दूंगा नहीं। मैंने तो प्रश्न सामने रखे, उत्तर आपको इस सिम्पोजियम से निकलना है। थैंक यू।
धन्यवाद सर। जरूर हम सस्टेनेबल सेल्फ रिलायंट कोस्टल एग्रीकल्चर की तरफ काम करेंगे। इट्स द फर्स्ट टाइम श्री नीलेश खबराल, Honorable Minister of Environment, Legislative, Law, Judiciary and Public Works Department, Government of Goa is visiting our institute, and that too on this auspicious occasion. We seek his blessings and his thoughts.
Very good morning to present for the self-reliant coastal agriculture meet, which is organized in Goa. The 3-day event we have on the inauguration session, our own MP from Goa, and who is the Central Minister for Tourism, Shipyard, Waterways, for India, and my mentor, Shri Sripad Yeso Naik ji. Our Secretary for Environment, Animal Husbandry, Shri A.K. Mishra ji. We have with us on the dais our Goa State Pollution Control Board Chairman, Mr. Mahesh Patel ji. Just now, who was there, he has gone for a function, Shri Suresh ji. And as rightly pointed out by Mr. Mahesh Patel, that Director of ICAR, Goa, Dr. Praveen Kumar ji, who is always been here to help us, guide us in our needs. All other dignitaries of the dais, not naming any of them, I would like to make a special mention of a felicitated Padma Shri ji, who has done, Shri Amay Mangal ji Naik ji, who has given us thought on how he has done his part of giving agriculture a different look at his home state. Well, to take it forward, I think Goa has a very different ecosystem. And I know all of you scientists, doctors who are present here must have studied the ecosystem. But this ecosystem is very vulnerable right now, because in the 5th century, when our ancestors had thought of making a combination of agriculture, fisheries, welcoming the seawater inside, and lot of things in that research in the 5th century. And at that time, that was the only source of income in the state of Goa or entire belt this year. Now with the modernization and industrialization, there are a lot of other sources of income. And we find that this particular ecosystem developed in the 5th century in the state of Goa is going through very state where the youngsters of today don't find it lucrative and they don't maintain this ecosystem which was done in the 5th century. As today's symposium is on self-reliant coastal agriculture, I would like Praveen Kumar ji also to take a thought from what I would express myself. That in the olden times, we remember this 5th century ecosystem which was made from reviving the clay from the bed and making the entire bund as we call it. An entire bund was maintained by this generation of farmers who used to walk on literally on this bund and find any crabs or any marine thing destroying that bund. They used to pack it up by putting soil or whatever required. So we see that this bund was maintained. Unfortunately, over a period of time, our younger generation has not found it suitable enough and not enough to find lucrative enough, I would let me put it to say. And we have suffered not only in the 5th century bunds, but ingress of water has gone inside agricultural fields also. And that has destroyed the entire mechanism of crops and all other ecosystems surrounding it. So with today's self-reliant coastal agriculture, with all the scientists who are here, our director of fisheries is there, director of animal health is there, director of agriculture is there also of the state of Goa, who will be part of your symposium. And I would like you all to also ponder over, and if required, my biodiversity member secretary, Mr. Dr. Pradeep is also here, is give us an idea on how and what naturally or artificial material will be there so that we can maintain it for these bunds in a more sustainable manner for a longer period of time than in the traditional way where they used to find crabs making holes in the bund and they used to put mud and stop it because it's not going to be practical. So I would request you to also look into it and advise the government of Goa with your thoughts today and over a period of next 3 days on how do we go about with finding a more resilient method of sustainability in providing the bunds into not using concrete material or not using any other material which will destroy the ecology of the state and the country. Well, taking forward, I know there are a lot of discussions which are going to happen over a period of next 2-3 days. And with the coastal agriculture as the self-reliant, as the main subject matter, your advice, your guidance, especially Dr. Praveen, who is here at ICAR, has always been helping, associating with Biodiversity Board, with wetland boards, wherever we require our help. I will also share our thoughts over a period. Dr. Pradeep Sir Mukherjee, who is there as Member Secretary of Biodiversity Board, will also give his thoughts to you all so that you can come out and we as a government can take steps forward to preserve the ecology over the future and the generations and telling on what the system we have to inculcate to do better forms of pisciculture and along with agriculture. Once again, not taking much of your time because time is something which we all want to do. But it's very nice to be amongst you all, doctors and scientists here, and whatever knowledge you share, we will take forward. And as I mentioned again, I'm mentioning again, guide us on how we can protect our 5th century ecosystem so that climate change is what is happening right now. And as I said, that the younger generation takes a little back step, especially in Goa, on agriculture front, and rightly pointed out by Dr. Sureshji, saying that we have a peculiar problem here in Shell that the main agriculturists are not landowners, and the landowners are not agriculturists. I think as laws, we'll have to take it up forward in the central government, including the state government, how to protect, because today land is a resource which everybody wants to obtain and give it to himself and doesn't want to transfer it to somewhere else. We had a particular issue way back in the 70s when we had come with a Tenancy Act, where land was given to the tiller of the land. Unfortunately, still there are some places where this has not come forward. But we should find in the newest economics in how to find where the real farmers can produce their growth of the farm on the farm, and how also we can protect land of the landowner, because giving away land by somebody is very which will never happen in this modern world. They will try to hold on the land but not to grow agriculture. And agriculturists will want to grow agriculture on his land, but that landowner will not give him agriculture. It's a complex situation. I think we all have to work on. As a government, we are trying to find solutions to this particular problem. We might have Krishi cards, we might have a lot of other like soil testing cards, but ultimately the desired result is I think we all have to sit together, find some solution to these problems. And I think this is what the ecosystem, the safe land, coastal agriculture, symposium is there for the next 3 days here. I wish you all a pleasant stay in Goa. Wishing you a very fruitful discussions over the next 2-3 days and finding out and giving out your best forms of how the government of the state of Goa can go forward, including all the other coastal states in the nation. Once again, thank you, and I hope that your stay, if there's no doubt that Dr. Praveen must have done the wonderful stay for you all people who have come outside the state, but anything required from the state government also can be always shared. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views about the specific Bandara-related problems of Goa and also the dwindling agricultural land in Goa. We have land and water management engineer working in our institute, and I'm sure he'll incorporate this into his research program. Shri Shripad Yeso Naik ji, Honorable Union Minister of State, Tourism, Shipyard and Waterways. Government of India has been like our own chief patron, motivating, encouraging, and supporting in all our institutes' endeavors. It was so magnanimous of him to grace this occasion as the guest. I invite him now to share his thoughts with us.
Namaskar. Sri Nilesh Kavalji, Honorable Minister of Environment, Legislative Affairs, Law and Judiciary, and PWD. Dr. Praveen Kumarji, Director, ICR, Goa. Sri A.K. Mishraji, IS Secretary, Agriculture and Military, Government of Goa. Sri Mahesh Patilji, Chairman, Goa State Pollution Control Board. Dr. R. Solomon Rajkumarji, Senior Scientist and Organizing Secretary, ICR, Goa. Sri Navila Alfonsoji, Director of Agriculture, Government of Goa. Dr. Navila Monteroji, Director of Fisheries, Government of Goa. Dr. Agustino Mesquita, Director of Animal Husbandry, Government of Goa. Dr. Pradeep Sarmukadamji, Member Secretary, Goa State Biodiversity Board. Dignitaries of the dais, scientists, members of the press and electronic media, their brothers and sisters. Friends, India has a vast coastline expanded in 9 states, namely Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and West Bengal, and 3 union territories, namely Tamil and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Pondicherry. The coastal region of India, we told 8.64% of the total geographical area, supports around 14.2% of the total human population as per census of India 2011, 19.5% of the total livestock population as per livestock census 2019. The coastal region of India is characterized by the rich diversity of climate, topography, soils, crops, livestock, fisheries, etc. Despite the abundance of the natural resources, the productivity of the crops and livestock in this region is poor as compared to the inland areas. Unlike other parts of the country, the region faces unique problems like demographic pressure, land degradation, deforestation, rapid urbanization and industrialization, environmental pollution, climate change effects like
increased frequency of the floods, cyclones, droughts, and sea level rise, etc. Making coastal ecosystem as one of the most fragile and climate vulnerable ecosystem. Owing to this, coastal agriculture is getting adversely affected at a time when there is a tremendous pressure to cater to the needs of the coastal population. Traditionally, we knew that the East Coast was very vulnerable to cyclones. Of late, we are seeing cyclonic activities on the West Coast as well. Unseasonal rains, temperature fluctuation, rise in humidity, all these factors are impacting the crops badly. Being on the coastline, Goa is equally affected by the impact of the weather. Agri's productivity of major crops of coastal region like coconut, cashew, mango, and declining. So scientists should work on how to double the income of the farmer, as it has been envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the coastal region, one new arena is agro-ecotourism, which can enhance farm income, stimulated by and diversify the rural economy, preserve cultural heritage, and strengthen the linkages with the local communities. Agro-ecotourism offer an opportunity to experience amazing and authentic contact with the rural life, taste authentic local food, and explore the various farming activities. It also provides a welcome escape from the hectic daily life to relax and revitalize in a peaceful rural environment. Therefore, this diverse sector of agro-ecotourism needs attention, scientific support, interaction among the stakeholders for sustainable growth. This symposium will provide a knowledge platform for the scientific deliberation for coming out with appropriate recommendation and policy formation. Keeping all these things in view, Association for Coastal Agriculture Research, in a collaboration with the ICR Central Coastal Agriculture Research Institute, Old Goa, is already organized this national symposium on self-reliant coastal agriculture from today up to the 13th May 2022. I think around 2050 delegates from all over the coastal states are participating in this symposium, both physically as well as virtually. This symposium definitely will serve as a platform for the researchers, academicians, farmers, stakeholders, and policy makers to have in-depth deliberation and prepare a roadmap for the self-reliance and sustainability in coastal agriculture. This 3 days long deliberation will help to identify some researchable issues. Scientists should work in harmony to solve the issues faced by the coastal agriculture and Goan agriculture in particular. The policy issue for coastal and Goan agriculture emerging from this symposium will be sent to the State Department through ICR for better implementation. I extend my best wishes for successful deliberation at the conference, leading to valuable recommendation for planning future research and policy making. With these words, I thanks once again all of you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We hope to meet your expectations to the deliberations of these 3 days. Many hands have labored for this kickstart of this symposium. And the most wonderful way to conclude this inaugural session would be to thank them. I now invite the organizing secretary of the National Symposium on Self-Reliant Coastal Agriculture to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, very good morning to all of you. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event on the behalf of our organization, on the behalf of our association ACR. With a heartfelt and immense pleasure, I would like to manifest my utmost reverence to the chief guest of today's function, Sri Sripad Naik ji, Honorable Union Minister of State, Tourism, Shipyard and Waterways, Government of India. for his august presence and for his far-sighted guidance for heightening the coastal agriculture. You have been very generous with your time, sir, whenever I see need your guidance and support. I also wish to record my sincere gratitude to our guest of honor, Sri Nilesh Kaparalji, Honorable Minister of for Legislative Affairs, Environment, Law and Judicial, Public Works Departments, Government of Goa, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts truly inspired us, sir. You have been always supportive for the endeavors of ICSCCRA. I remember previously you have visited here for inauguration of an agro-ecotourism training program when you were the chairman of GTDC. I wish to record my sincere gratitude to Sri Narendra Savekarji, Commissioner of NRA Affairs and former MP of South Goa, who will be chairing our next session. He will be chairing our next session on climate change, for being here, sir. So I welcome you and also thank you for your presence here, sir. And the next session we'll be deliberating with you. I wish my sincere gratitude to Dr. Suresh Kumar Chaudhary, Deputy Director General ICR, for his scientific direction, constant encouragement in making this symposium eventful. I also express profound thanks to guest of honor, Sri A.K. Mishra Ji, IAS, Secretary Agriculture and Animal Husbandry, who is instrumental in providing financial support, logistic support, and also most important thing is moral support. Whenever we require anything from the state government, he has been like elder brother to our director, and he used to give all the supports from the government of Goa. I express my wholehearted regards to and thanks to our guest of honor, Sri Mahesh Patil Ji. He is Chairman Goa State Pollution Control Board. For the knowledge of the house, he is an agricultural graduate. He is a farmer and he is an entrepreneur, and who is always readily available for ICR in lending his valuable support and cooperation, especially in the area of agriculture. My gratitude and ever available cooperation of Dr. Praveen Kumar sir, our director and also president of ACR, for his meticulous guidance and relentless support. And also, most important thing, during this preparation of thing, he has spread a lot of positivity and cohesiveness within our group, so that we could make this program very successful. I'll also express my profound thanks to Sri Neville Alfonso, Director Agriculture, Government of Goa, Dr. Agostino Mishkita, Director Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Government of Goa, Dr. Shamila Mantaro, Director of Fisheries, Government of Goa, and Dr. Pradeep Sarmakadam, Member Secretary, Goa State Biodiversity Board, for their diligent help and all sort of cooperation in making this program successful. My wholehearted thanks to Padma Shri Awardee, Sri Amay Mahalinga Naik, from being here all the way from Bangalore, and we believe that we have got to learn many things from these innovative farmers like you. I remember with great sense of gratitude to Jose Ramiro Ferraro sir. He is a FAO consultant from the United Nations, for his visionary and guidance, especially for the sketching of the program for special sessional agricultural tourism. I'm in out of words to express my deep sense of gratitude to our General Secretary of ACR, Dr. Manohara KK, and all the executive members for their untiring support during the preparation of this symposium. My gratitude for ever available cooperation of advisors, chairpersons, and co-chairpersons and members of various organizing committees for the perfect symphony to creating this event a masterpiece. It has been great privilege for me to acknowledge all the sponsors and also Old Goa Education Society for sparing buses for this convenient transfer of these delegates. I highly oblige to all the scientific, administrative, technical, corporate, contractual, security, and young professionals of ICSCCRA for their support. I also express my wholehearted regards to all the directors and former directors of ICR and also registered delegates, farmers, students, government officials, press and media for accepting our invitation and being a treasured part of this symposium. At last but not least, I am very thankful to Almighty for providing enough strength, patience, and opportunity for our teams to do the things better. Thank you once again, Jay.
Let us rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
We'll be breaking for a short tea break, 10 minutes, and then reassembling here for the keynote address by Shri Narendra Keshav Savaikar, Commissioner of NRA Affairs, Government of Goa. Please reassemble here in 10 minutes. Tea will be served in the safe building opposite to our institute.
Online telecast or you are outsourced yourself. Where is the camera for focusing these also? Where is your camera? Congratulations. Very nice coverage.
Allow them to unmute.
Now you can. Now what do we do? Camera shifting.
Yeah.
Camera
Yeah,
shifting.
Nitin will come.
Nitin. Camera will shift.
That is the problem. This is now. Unmute.
मनीषा मैडम
बोलिए मैम, बोलिए।
आप किसी के हाथ से आपका पेन ड्राइव भिजवाइए, यहाँ से सेशन 2 गायब हो गया है।
चलो ठीक है, ओके।
ओके